Did you guys know that Wemmbu deleted his YouTube channel? He said that it was because he wanted to focus on school and stuff like that. And he actually did this before I even met him. But yeah, this video is all about the time he deleted his channel. Obviously, it's not deleted right now, so don't panic. But let's watch this to make sure that he doesn't do it again and find out why he really did it in the first place.
This is Wemmbu explaining why he deleted his channel with almost 600,000 subscribers.
That's a lot of subs.
And I'm here because I need to know how.
Why?
After touching rock bottom, Wemmbu managed to get a new channel to 3 million subscribers.
Yeah, that is crazy, by the way.
Exactly
what a bounce back.
how Wemmbu was able to transform his channel from the content he began with, some of which I played with him, to the viral content we're all familiar with now, and finally end up here, where Wemmbu made the most bold decision ever. And I'm not even talking about him deleting his channel. But it turns out a lot of what I thought I knew about the start of Wemmbu was actually false. For example, most people think that Wemmbu started out with SMP videos, where he trolled, sometimes hacked, and said some funny things. But SMP isn't exactly where Wemmbu started. I
love Wemmbu, by the way. I miss seeing him on Lifesteal.
Bedwars. It was here,
I'll have to
Bedwars,
join the Unstable SMP so I can see Wemmbu again.
In 2019. And in 2021, he posted videos of him, well, playing Bedwars, trolling in Bedwars, and also collabing with other YouTubers.
There's nothing wrong with that. We like to see a good bit of Bedwars.
Minitek, and Sheeta. And overall, this worked out really well for
What if Minitek's the reason that Wemmbu joined Lifesteal?
Bedwars, and thus spent a good amount of time trying to be as good at the game as he could. But although he would continue down the road of Bedwars for a couple of years, Wemmbu would inevitably decide to pivot completely and bring us to our next stop, which is SMP. Sort of. Now, I'm assuming Wemmbu could just see how well these Bedwars trolling videos were doing, and because of how stale and redundant Bedwars was becoming, he chose to focus less on
I guess it would be time to move on,
more closely
if they're getting
on
a bit
his personality
redundant.
itself. And the fact is, bro is just a troller at heart. He is. Just trust me.
Wait, is he hacking?
Yeah, this guy's something.
That's funny.
He's something.
Well, don't do that. Don't go on
Hypixel
Hypixel and hack.
Bigger and amassed more followers, other YouTubers started inviting him to events, which more often than not had something to do with SMP, because that's what was still popular between late 2022 and
Rap
2023.
leading the way.
And while
Let's
Wemmbu
go.
never was a true member of any SMP at this time, he was more like a guest. He would take his personality and trolling from Bedwars and apply it to these SMP events where he would literally title the video, "I secretly use creative on a YouTuber SMP."
The trolling meta, yeah.
That's just so funny.
He doesn't really do that now, though, does
But he would end up actually being a guest on Levels, Bliss, Lifesteal, and also the Infused SMP, which I actually was a member of.
Was he a guest on
when
Lifesteal before he joined officially?
Let me just say, this guy is such a troll, bro.
I arrived at spawn, I found Bread Penguin, one of JJ's teammates. I promptly killed him, although I didn't get any effects from him.
But this is sort of where Wemmbu was. He was playing on all the big SMPs, trolling, hacking, exploiting, and through all of it, gained an insane amount of views and subscribers, where he reached
was this his
almost
first channel then?
600,000 subscribers, and I think we all know what happens next.
See, I still can believe this story when I heard he
suddenly
deleted it.
disappeared completely. And at the time, we really didn't know why. It was like one day he was here, and then literally the next day, completely gone. There was very little information at the time regarding why, other than if you searched up Wemmbu, nothing came up. But a few days later, there were some rumors that Minitek, one of Wembu's close friends I mentioned earlier, had confirmed that Wemmbu was okay and everything was fine, but that really didn't tell us about why he deleted his
Why did you do it,
channel.
Wemmbu?
And this would remain a mystery until Wemmbu, about 4 months later, made this video.
And I'm not going to beat around the bush and stall out why I did it. The reason was basically I got my transcript at the end of the school year and my grades were well,
I was right. It was to focus on school.
Wembu's grades were so bad, he deleted his 600K YouTube channel? Yeah, I mean, I don't get it personally,
drastic.
but I guess that was his decision. But this still doesn't answer the question. Like, we know after this, Wemmbu creates a new channel, but how when starting
Look at them views. He doesn't need those grades. Guys, stay in school and get your good grades, by the way. That's what I did.
Forced to do something next that he wasn't planning on having to do at all, which ended up being the exact reason that caused his most viewed video ever. Well, before we get
Don't hit me with the sponsor.
Now, this is Wembu's most viewed video ever.
The story
By
of
the
Wemmbu.
looks of it, he wasn't even
Is
planning
it still
on
his most viewed video?
uploading it.
No,
You
no,
see,
no. There's
after
no way
Wemmbu
it is.
deleted-
It is? 10 million views. Okay, I did not know that.
His channel, several other YouTube accounts made videos about Wemmbu disappearing. And what really stuck out to me was so many viewers that were wondering when they'd be able to go back and watch Wembu's old videos. So, in order to honor
I guess
before
this
he
is the
moved
thing.
onwards to his new
Did all
style
his
of
videos just go forever?
Wemmbu made a compilation seemingly of
Oh,
everything he could recover
I
from his
see.
deleted videos, as he explains in the pinned comment. It's so wild to me how this is his most viewed video, a compilation of his old channel videos, especially considering that the next group he joined was Lifesteal.
Here we
Now,
go.
come on, everyone and their mother knows Lifesteal. It's the most popular SMP since the Dream SMP. where if
Would you
kill
say
a
that?
player, you
More
gain a
popular than
heart, and if you
Hermitcraft?
die, you lose
Nah, I
one.
don't know
And in
about
season
that.
4 of Lifesteal, Wemmbu was a guest player like
guess
he
it's
was
pretty
in the
popular.
other SMPs we talked about earlier, but now he was a member. So he made dedicated Lifesteal videos, all of which blew up, of course, and he still kept the normal theme of his older content. However, despite all the views and subscribers he was getting, this is where Wemmbu made his boldest decision to leave the Lifesteal SMP and start posting on the unstable universe. So if you're still watching this,
Right. Whoa. I'm
gonna
just gonna get in here. Let's just look at how it actually went. Okay, he didn't decide to complete. I don't think this is a bold move. I think this is just a make sense move. All right, because he was still posting Lifesteal videos. Okay, like he's still posting Lifesteal videos, and he's just like starts mixing in these unstable videos, okay, and they're really long, okay, and this is just basically sleep content. People are just watching these when they're asleep, okay, but which is why the 3-hour meta back then, okay. Then he posts how I survived the lifestyle SMP, and that's his final video. But he didn't switch. He didn't like just completely just cut off Lifesteal before he like did a bunch of unstable, and then after unstable videos were doing better or just as good as Lifesteal, that's when he switched. So that's his last Lifesteal video. But as you can see, he still has a bunch of unstable videos here. I think that might even be unstable. Maybe that is as well. So I think most of them are actually. So I would just say maybe it wasn't a bold decision, because if you're getting millions and millions of views on a series, you just switch to it because it makes more sense.
Answer the question.
Continue.
How did he become more famous after deleting his channel? Well, it starts with the unstable universe. Now, we would see Wemmbu cross-upload here and there with unscripted regular SMP trolling content and scripted SMP content before he fully leaned into just doing unstable universe. And it's been absolutely crazy to watch. Wemmbu seems to average over 4 million views a video.
Oh, he's
That
doing
is
crazy.
insane. And to bring this full circle, I would argue none of this would be possible if he didn't delete his channel in the first place. You see, after Wemmbu deleted his channel, all of these other YouTubers made videos about him leaving that got views. So the hype for his return was absolutely there. And once Wemmbu finally came back, he ended up passing his former channel so much quicker than anyone expected. I would make the point that since he was starting from ground zero again, he didn't feel as tied to his previous channel content, which made him want to experiment with newer videos like the Lifesteal SMP, or
I'm gonna say I don't think deleting his channel helped, personally. But at the same time, I get it that this creates a very clean channel of just only good videos, if that makes sense. Like, if you go to my channel, I'm not saying this isn't a clean channel, but you know, like I would, if I go to the oldest, this is like the history of SB, but these aren't videos that anyone watches nowadays. These are all like old stuff, but it's like part of the history. And you know, if I was to delete my channel and I'd started a new one at the start of 100 days, I might be like, oh well, this is like a very, every upload has got insane views and is very cool. But you see all this is just like the history of SB, which I think is cool to have, you know, that like you see the start of when I started Minecraft, you know, you can kind of see, you know, all these different, the journey. So personally, I don't think it really helped him to delete his channel, but it's impressive that it didn't really hinder him either. It didn't seem to anyway. He seemed to get straight back up and straight back. Obviously, he had enough of an online presence and following to just get straight back into it. And yeah, he's smashing it. He's absolutely smashing it, and it's great to see.